Well, I'd actually been out mowing the grass, and I kept hearing sirens. Being out in a very rural area, we really don't have a lot of sirens. We know something's going on. We got home that night, and we had heard the devastating news that the fire was, caused a complete loss. As I went down to the home site and I looked at it, and I just saw, burned out mattress springs. I saw the washer and the dryer. I saw a treadmill, and it hit me that, there's no roof over their head. I have a roof over my head. There's no bed there. There's no refrigerator. There's no anything. There's no pots and pans. And so the reality of going and seeing what all they had lost really affected me.
Well, Steve and I have just felt a stirring in our heart for at least a year that, we don't want to just sit back and just sit on the sidelines. And we felt like maybe that's kind of what we were doing because we both work full time, then we have this bed and breakfast, and we're busy. And we let that be an excuse to not do things when people are in need.
It's kind of like, the Good Samaritan thing where, the guy's going down the road and who is your neighbor? And so for me, it's just all of a sudden, I can walk by like everybody. I grew up in church my whole entire life. I've heard thousands, if not tens of thousands of sermons. But I walk out of church like everybody else does. I get up the next day, I go to work, and I just wait for, the next Sunday. And I just keep hearing all this information. I didn't want to be just a hearer of the word, but a doer of the word. And God's just telling me as I was sitting out on the lawnmower, He said, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What is your response to your ability? And that's when I made the decision. We're going to do something. Whatever we can, I don't know what that is, but we're going to do something. And as Shellie and I got to talking, I said, well, we could start a GoFundMe account, because these guys are going to need some money. I mean, they have nothing. They've lost everything. And then all of a sudden, within 48 hours, the GoFundMe account had raised over $5,000. And so the whole community has ended up reaching out, to help these people, and especially our Pinelake small group. They've really, really prayed. They really encouraged us. The people have brought clothes. They're just, they're asking anything in the world that they can do.
I see how God has redeemed and restored a lot of things in my life that I thought were hopeless and helpless. And I do believe that God wants me to be used to do that for other people.
So we're committed to this couple. We're committed for the long term, for whatever it takes, whatever that we can possibly do to help make them whole. We're committed to go through those steps with them. So it's not just a one-time thing, and it's not just I'm praying for you and let it go. So that's just where we've been convicted, and so we've made the decision that we're going to follow through with this couple.
And they just were so humbled that they're seeing God, turning, beauty from ashes. It just meant so much because they're not a part of Pinelake. It meant so much to them that this church was willing to reach out to them, and they feel God through that, and that's what they need right now. They just need to know they're not alone, and this isn't hopeless, and that people love them. And I know that right now they're feeling that because they've said all the bad that they're going through right now is being pushed to the back, and all they can see is good because of what people are doing for them.